All right, Black Power. I'm in the house. I'm in the house, family. Part two. Part two. I see they in there waiting too. I see niggas is in there waiting already. I heard niggas' feelings yesterday. I'm gonna hear more today. I'm gonna hear some more motherfucking feelings today. That's right. Niggas had nightmares last night. Niggas was, this nigga done took the medulla from me. You know what I'm saying? Nigga woke up in a cold sweat. This nigga done took the medulla from me. That's right. That's right. What up, Patar? Gas, baby. Foot on the gas. Foot on the gas. That's right. Foot on the gas. Let me get my little monitor up. I'm gonna dig back off in your chest. Any metal Superman niggas that want to come over here and refruit a nigga, then bring it on. I'm guaranteed to body slam you and send you back on to the YMCA so you can teach your medulla class. You know what I'm saying? Your 1995 medulla class. That's what I said. Let me get my monitor up, get my notes, and then I'm gonna go in on you busters. Oh, I love it. Let me get my chair, family. Yeah. We black in the house. Go get the biggest metal nutty nigga out there. These niggas be having on 30 onks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Grocery bag full of goddamn medulla books. All that shit. Motherfucker can't tell you nothing about what the fuck really going on. And that's a shame. Nigga got a grocery bag full of medulla books. I say, damn, nigga, and you can't read one. You feel me? Nigga can't read one of them motherfuckers. Let me make sure my camera clean. Hold on, fam. Oh shit. Let me get one of these cotton balls. Let me get one of these cotton balls. Get one of these cotton balls. And I'm gonna go over these simple, and then I'm gonna dig off in your chest to go even deeper. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got mad. I seen niggas in the comments crying. So they say, well, whatever, whatever we done, if we throw away the metal now, that we wouldn't be able to explain nothing. Nigga, quick, so what, nigga? Sometimes you got to start over, nigga. You fucked up. What you gonna keep going? That's what's wrong with you niggas. When you didn't walk down the path so long that you feel that continuing to go forward is success. That's what's wrong with you, nigga. You have to stop. Once you realize that it's fucked up, you have to stop. That's the same thing niggas do with Christianity. They try to niggify Christianity, talking about Jesus was black. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about nigga, Jesus had black feet. God damn it, so did Bill Cosby, but that don't mean you no righteous nigga. Cause you got some goddamn black feet. Oh, Jesus had woolly hair. So did the nigga that broke in that woman's house last night. He had woolly hair. That don't mean it's divine, nigga. You know what I'm saying? They play to you niggas' ego all the time. You know what I'm saying? Play to a nigga's ego all the time. See, the thing is, and it's very, very key. What happens is, see, the religion don't exist. What happens is you infuse your spirituality into the religion and give it life. Okay? That's really what happens. Without your spirituality, it wouldn't exist. So fundamentally, it's your spirituality that go into it, that give it life. Other than that, you understand what I'm saying? It's just an empty vessel. You see what I'm saying? And so niggas don't understand. If you had put 200 years into studying the Medunetta, you would have a totally different, understanding of what it is. But because you lazy, see, niggas that don't want to do no research. And that's what's wrong with the so-called conscious community, even though I don't know what they conscious of today. You understand what I'm saying? This is what's wrong with y'all niggas. Y'all don't want to do no motherfucking research. Y'all just want, the shit to be handed to you. You see what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is just t-shirts and necklace niggas. That's all y'all is. Y'all think the conscious community is about putting on the goddamn t-shirt and a goddamn unk, and then all of a sudden you super nigga. See, that ain't what it's about. You see what I'm saying? It's about clear research. You see what I'm saying? And so what I did, what hurt motherfuckers very tremendously, one of the hurting facts that I put up there was that you cannot add vowels to it. It hurt. Nigga, that comes from science. That's the scientific definition of how you supposed to interpret the Medunetta as far as the white Egyptologist is concerned. And you got mad and told the white boy he wrong with it in his own lie. You're wrong. You can talk it. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing, that's what's wrong with you. Now you got to prop the white man up even when he don't even have no excuse. He don't even have an excuse. And you trying to give him one to prop him up because you need him to exist. That's what's wrong with you. So people got to understand, again, Egyptology, the Medunetta, is a religion. It is. It's a religion. It's a belief system, okay? And you have to believe it. See, people think that just mouthing some shit is validation that is right. You see, you can mouth some shit all day. That don't mean that is right. You see what I'm saying? And so over 200 years, it's a cataloging language. And then it's a fraudulent backdoor where the white man can assume some type of authority over ancient Egypt. You see, you can't talk shit. I'm going to go over this shit, man, even greater today. But that's science. That's a scientific fact based on the rules of Egyptology. And you understand, they got a problem with that. And they got a problem with that, and that's scientific. So, by not adding vowels. And I showed you that anytime you speak it, it's because you added a vowel to it. And whatever vowel from whatever language that you add, that's the language you speaking. You're not speaking no ancient Egyptian. If you add French vowels to it, you know what language you talking? You talking French. You're not talking ancient Egyptian. If you add Italian vowels to it, you feel me? You know what language you talking? You talking Italian. Whatever vowel of whatever language you add to it, you feel me? That's the language that's facts. That's facts. That's language. Now, if any motherfucker out there want to refute the motherfucking facts, bring it on. I'm waiting on you niggas. And so niggas can't do nothing with the fact. So they get to cry. Well, what are we supposed to do? Bitch, get busy. That's what the fuck you supposed to do. Bitch, get busy. Quit thinking something always supposed to be handed to you on a goddamn platter. Nah, I'm going to start somewhere today. I'm gonna start somewhere today. Got my workout on. I'm feeling like a goddamn giant. Feel like I can punch through a nigga right now. Feel like I can punch right through a nigga. Where this shit at on Flinders Petrie? Let me get this information in here on Flinders Petrie. Now, before I'm not gonna even, I'm gonna just read it. Then I'll bring the, I don't like to jump right into the slide. I like to warm up, you know what I'm saying? To get you fundamentally, give you that warm up. So when you go into it. Now, who is Flinders Petrie? One of the biggest goddamn thieves in all the world of Egyptian facts, Egyptian artifacts. Now, Flinders Petrie is the first chair of Egyptology in England, in Britain. So when you say a chair, I got to explain that to you. That means when you a chair, that means you able to give out degrees. Okay? You're able to give out degrees. The first chair of America was Henry Breasty. You see what I'm saying? Was Henry Breasty at the Oriental Institute of Chicago. So the first time you was able to get a degree in Egyptology in America was in Chicago at the Oriental Institute of Chicago, which was founded by the Rockefellers. See, we're going to talk today. We're going to talk today. See, these niggas don't bring that out. They ain't going to tell you about the Rothschilds. And they ain't going to tell you about the Rockefellers that's in control of all the goddamn Egyptologists damn near on the planet. You see what I'm saying? They ain't telling you about the funders of these Egyptologists. You see what I'm saying? So the Jews was running Egyptology from the very goddamn beginning. And I'm gonna go off into that. But Flinders Petrie and they got the Flinders Petrie Museum right there in London. You understand what I'm saying? He the biggest thief. He filled up the damn British Museum and the damn Flinders Petrie Museum, and he might have stole some goddamn artifact for some more museums over there. And not only that, he developed some type of unscientific methodology of chronology based on, the level of dirt. As you go deeper and deeper and deeper down into the dirt, the different layering of the dirt, you understand, is basically he the one that invented that, scientific, methodology, of how you go down in the dirt. And when you see another layer of dirt, that's an older layer. That's, and that's not been proven. That's not been proven. But he's the one that's accredited for that. So majority of all that damn chronology, you understand what I'm saying, of ancient Egypt, Flinders Petrie is one of the solely responsible individuals for creating that chronology. Okay? And what's so crazy about Flinders Petrie, he was also a partner with old Francis Galton. You understand? The man that created eugenics. You see what I'm saying? Eugenics. You see what I'm saying? So there you go right there to show you Egyptology and the races evolution, eugenics, racist methodology, all in unison. See, nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. You understand what I'm saying? Flinders Petrie was sending goddamn mummies from Egypt to UCLA with old Francis Galton. And we got to understand that Francis Galton was the cousin of Charles Darwin. Okay? And so when Charles Darwin created his old racist fucking evolution sickology, Francis Galton institutionalized it. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's saying that, you know, the feeble races got to make way for the superior race. And that eventually the feeble races is gonna die out and the superior race is gonna remain and evolve. So what eugenics is saying, well, we ain't gonna wait on nature to clear it out. We'll clear it out for nature. We'll hurry up and get it up, you know, get them out. So they would use all type of racist terms, calling us feeble-minded, calling us, you know, we are inferior race, and this, that, and the third, and would institutionalize certain shit in society, just like sterilization and shit. So you couldn't have no babies and shit, this, that, and the third. They was institutionalized that type of racist shit to try to, you know, get rid of us because they didn't want to do it outright. You understand? What they wanted to do it in a sick kind of way, but just like the Tuskegee experiment, the syphilis experiment, where they injected the damn syphilis into our people. All of that shit is eugenics. You see what I'm saying? That's all the fuck that it is. Now, you know, Flinders Petrie was a partner, and I looked it up, and they really don't want to talk about that. But I seen there's books out on that shit showing the connection of Egyptology. Nah, just imagine that. Imagine that. And we talking about Flinders Petrie is probably one of the top 5 Egyptologists, or even higher, of all times. And you see the racism in that motherfucker heart. You see what I'm saying? So how in the fuck is you thinking these motherfuckers create? And he was one of them lead Egypt, where the rest of them followed his ass. Now I'm gonna read something for y'all, and I want y'all to go look that up. None of these niggas will tell y'all that. They'll quote these motherfuckers. They'll even quote the motherfucker chronology. You understand what I'm saying? But they will not show you the racist connection. All these motherfuckers that created Egyptology, how fucking racist these motherfuckers is, you know, and you gonna cry about the motherfucking metal netter with your dumb ass. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all some dumb ass. I'm talking about the metal netter motherfucker. I really am. Let me read this shit, and I'm gonna bring this up so you can see it. I'm gonna bring this shit up so y'all can see it. Now I'm gonna read this, family. I'm gonna read this right quick. Petrie remains a controversial figure for his pro-eugenics views and opinions on other social topics, which spilled over into his disputes with the British Museum's Egyptology expert E.A. Wallace Budge. Budge's contention that the religion of the Egyptians was essentially identical to the religions of the people of northeastern and central Africa was regarded by his colleagues as impossible. Since all, did y'all hear that? Since all, can I say it one more time? Since all but a few followed Petrie in his contention that the culture of ancient Egypt was derived from an invading Caucasoid dynastic race which had conquered Egypt in late prehistory and introduced pharaonic culture. That's very critical right there, because these niggas is using the Medu Neter, but they're not telling you the same fucking crackers that invented that damn racist language looked at ancient Egypt as being of the Caucasoid race. So I just want to, any of them niggas out there in the house, you understand what I'm saying? Please explain me how in the hell you could separate the Medu Neter and clean it up and try to niggify when the goddamn crackers who are creating it don't even see it as being a part of the African race. Okay? Then when they invented that goddamn medunet, it was not one nigga. Do y'all understand that at the same time that they was creating this language, niggas was being hung from trees all over the United States, all over Africa. We was being treated and still being treated. We was in slavery. Okay, let's just be clear about it. We was in slavery. Okay, so there was not one African nowhere that had anything to do with the making of the medunet. And these niggas still want to prop it up. Let me keep reading. Petrie was a dedicated follower of eugenics, believing that there was no such thing as cultural or social innovation in human society, but rather that all social change is the result of biological change, such as migration and foreign conquest resulting in interbreeding. Petrie claimed that his dynastic race, in which he never ceased to believe, was a fine Caucasoid race that entered Egypt from the south in late pre-dynastic times, conquered the inferior and exhausted mulatto race then inhabiting Egypt, and slowly introduced the finer dynastic civilization as they interbreed with the inferior indigenous people. Petrie, who was also affiliated with a variety of far right-wing groups and anti-democratic thought in England, was a dedicated believer in the superiority of the northern peoples over the Latinate and southern people. Derided Budge's belief that the ancient Egyptians were an African people with roots in Eastern Africa as impossible and unscientific, as did his followers. Okay, let me come on out right quick, because that's very profound. That's very profound. Because this motherfucker had the majority of Egyptologists that follow Petrie. Now, Wallace Budge, I did go into Wallace Budge, and he would say that, that the Egyptians was from the South. But he was an outcast. He was a fucking outcast, and he was a lone motherfucker by himself. 99.9% of the Egyptologists follow Petrie, and that includes the majority, if not all, of the linguists that created the medunet. Okay, so I had to bring that fact up. Okay, you just can't accept nothing. Now this is what you're supposed to do. See, when you start believing shit without going into and dealing with the facts, so if you're not gonna take the medunet shit off the shelf, you might as well keep the white man history books up there. How you gonna take down half the motherfuckers' research? Huh? How you gonna take down the white boy history book and keep up the medunet? See what I'm saying? See, that's that following, that's that believer shit. See, you's a believer, and Egyptology is a religion. You niggas is followers. Champollion is your Moses, Christ figure. He's the Moses because he brought the law. Ptolemy is your savior. That's who your savior is, Ptolemy. You understand what I'm saying? Because he's the supposed author of the goddamn Rosetta Stone, which I'm going to get into deeper today and show you that our ancestors set their ass up for the downfall, that they never ever could get anything out of Egypt, okay? And that's why them motherfuckers fled and took their ass on to goddamn Constantinople. I'm going to deal with that. You see what I'm saying? The Greeks was there for 300 years, and they didn't get a goddamn thing. Nothing. You ain't got one scroll. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing. You got a couple of artifacts, You understand what I'm saying? That don't prove a goddamn thing. Because in order for it to be an institutionalized understanding, you got to have scrolls with bilingual text, Greek and shit, and Egyptian on it at the same time. They never found no scrolls with no bilingual text on it or nothing. They found that one goddamn Rosetta Stone. Then they found another stone they call the Decree of Kenosis. And then they found some supposed obelisk of Philae, a couple goddamn artifacts over 3,000 fucking years. Okay, over 300, and the Ptolemies was in there for 300 years. And out of all them 300 years, the only thing you motherfuckers is able to show a motherfucker is the Rosetta Stone. We're gonna break the Rosetta Stone down today. We're gonna break the Rosetta Stone down today. I was there, I went to see it. I say, this is a piece of shit. You understand me? This is a piece of shit. When the hell you gonna prove something with this piece of shit? Nah, I want to show y'all something. Matter of fact, where's that? Matter of fact, where's that fucking where's that cop that goddamn? Let me get the cop. I get it. I can't do everything today. If what I don't do today, I'm gonna goddamn do tomorrow. I'm not gonna run because I got so much shit that I want to deal with. Now let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Let me go right off into it because I like bringing up facts. Now, this is the Rosetta Stone today. You see what I'm saying? Anytime you learn a language, you see what I'm saying? You got to have some audio. You got to hear the shit spoke. That's damn near the foundation of learning a language is having an audio, like Spanish. It's a living language. You see what I'm saying? So, but when you say it's a transliteration, it's like saying it's muted. There is no audio. The only thing you can do is write it out. KMT. You can't say no goddamn Kemet. I must say that. That's not taken away from the righteousness that you see. That's what's wrong with family. You add your spirituality to the pagan fucking shell of Egyptology, and then when we attack the white man's Egyptology, you get offended because you didn't added your spirituality to it. It's not that we attacking the African spirituality. We attacking the fraudulent vessel that you added your African spirituality to. Okay? That's what's happening here. And you're going to have to decide exactly what it is that you're going to do from this moment forward. Okay? So when they say a transliteration, that means that it cannot be spoken. You're not so it's without audio. And being that we are a very we are very vocal people. You see what I'm saying? How the fuck can you wait a minute, let me come back in. How the fuck can you define something if you can't speak it? You see what I'm saying? How can you define it if you cannot speak it? You see what I'm saying? We got to deal. Let me get in here and deal with some shit. Let me get in here and deal with some shit. Now, the first word that was fraudulently, matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me get back down here to this Rosetta Stone so we could get into this shit. And then I can come back to that. Let's get back into this Rosetta Stone and show y'all what it looked like. Now, as you can see, number one, the whole damn stone is not there. Okay? The whole damn stone is not there. You got a majority of the top part of the stone that's missing. Now they can go up there and add whatever the fuck they want to add. We'll never know because they never found the top piece. Now that's just like finding a body cut in fucking half. You understand what I'm saying? How the fuck you know who it is? Now today you might got a DNA test that could be given. But before DNA, if you found a motherfucker just some feet, how the fuck is you gonna prove who the fuck it is? You missing a torso. You missing the whole upper torso. So we got to first, you understand, explain that this is a half of a damn stone. And the most critical aspect of the stone, which is the Medunetta or the Egyptian hieroglyphics, is missing. You see what I'm saying? And so the middle part is what they call Demotic, and the bottom part is Greek. Now, what's so critical about this is that in the so-called Greek, and let us be clear, that the Greeks did not have no goddamn alphabet when they came into Egypt. Even the bottom alphabet is African. When the Greeks came into Egypt, they forced the Egyptians to apply an alphabet to their damn language. I dare anybody to go to Greece and find an artifact with that much Greek written on it in Greece before the Rosetta Stone. You cannot find it. See, I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers with that one book mythology. You understand what I'm saying? I dare anybody, anywhere on the planet to go into Greece and find an artifact with that much Greek written on it anywhere, at any time period from so-called ancient Greece. You cannot do it because they did not have no alphabet when they came into Egypt. They were an illiterate people. So it put a lot of people on the spot because they talking about Plato wrote books, Socrates wrote books, Pythagoras wrote books, Thales wrote books. Where the fuck is they at? And the number one thing is, what did they write it on? You understand what I'm saying? Because the Greeks didn't even know what paper was until they came into Egypt. Okay? And so it put a lot of our scholars on, put them on blast, because a lot of people said that the Greeks came into Egypt. We talking about the philosophers before Alexander, and they were talking to the priests. Go read that shit. That means that the Greeks would have had to been bilingual. They would have had, how in the hell you just gonna show up in ancient Egypt and talk with the priests unless the priest was bilingual and you were bilingual, okay? Because that's the only way you could have conversated. You see what I'm saying? And so if the Greeks and the Egyptians were bilingual, then we should have evidence of that. We should see scrolls in Greece or bilingual texts of Medunetta and Demotic and Greek, and we should see bilingual texts in Egypt with ancient Egyptian, Demotic, and Greek on it. But you do not find that at all. So I'm done with that shit. I'm done with all the mythology that's Plato and Socrates. Those people did not exist, okay? And the ancient Egyptians never allowed foreigners into the mystery system. So that kills that, okay? And so supposedly at the end of this Rosetta Stone, in the supposed Greek, it says that all three scripts said the same thing. Now, let's deal with this. Let's deal with this off top. If you see it's three different scripts, what is that saying? They talking to three different people. Now, let me show you a security clearance, okay? Now, this is a security clearance levels, okay? Now, the first security clearance level is confidential, okay? Provides access to information or material that may cause damage to national security, it is if disclosed without authorization. Okay, so the first level of security clearance is confidential. So when you come over here, that would be the Greek. Okay, that's the first level of clearance. Okay, then when you go up to demotic, that's two. That's the second level of security clearance. That's secret, and that provides access to information or material that may cause serious damage to national security if disclosed without let me get it out, authorization. Okay, and then you got security clearance level 3, which is top secret. Okay, that's the ancient Egyptian Medunetta. Provides access to information or material that may cause exceptionally grave damage to national security if disclosed without authorization. Okay, I'm moving so goddamn fast I can't even get it out. Okay, and then you got security clearance level 4, and I don't even need to use that. So when you're looking at this shit, you got to understand that these 3 scripts are security clearance. The further you go down, the Greek, he didn't even know Greek. How the fuck is you, what is the fuck is you talking about? This shit was written, but maybe 2 or 3 motherfuckers knew it that got a brief education from the Egyptian priests, but the majority of Greeks in fucking Egypt, which they stayed at Alexandria, could not read the bottom of that goddamn stone. Let's be clear about it. Now, what's clearly evident about the Greeks in Egypt, which all historians write, even the white boy, that the Greeks did not know ancient Egyptian. They could not speak it, nor could they write it. So at the bottom of this fucking stone, supposedly in Greek, it says all 3 scripts say the same thing. Well, I'm gonna ask you this question. How the fuck could the Greek prove it if he couldn't read the other 2 goddamn scripts? Nigga, we play on the motherfucking peckerwood all day long about some shit. Oh yeah, that's what it mean. Yeah, that's what it mean. Yeah, I seen the motherfucker, he ran around the corner, he went left. I ain't even see no. You just tell a motherfucker anything. So if they don't have access to the knowledge of the Demotic or the ancient Egyptian, how the hell could they prove that all 3 scripts said the same thing? Let's be real about it. They couldn't. Okay? They couldn't. They didn't even have the fucking intellect to even prove it, because the ancient Egyptians did not accept foreigners into their mystery system. Now, I wrote this in this. How convenient that the supposed Greek language written at the bottom of the Rosetta Stone says that all 3 scripts say the same thing. Okay? Now let me come over here. So when I'm looking at no omittance, authorized personnel only. See, that's the Medunetta. You see? No trespassing, authorized personnel only. See, that's the Medunetta. You see what I'm saying? Security clearance required to enter this area. See, that's the Medunetta. See, the Greeks didn't have that. You see what I'm saying? So you cannot use the bottom fucking script to interpret the top or the middle script. You speaking to 3 different people on 3 different levels. And as you go further down, the one at the bottom do not have authorization of the 2 at the top. Even the one in the middle don't have, even though that's African. All 3 of them are African, but the one at the bottom was constructed for the Greeks. Okay? The Demotic is still African, but it's a commonest language. Okay? It's not for the priests. It's not for the priests. Demotic is still a commonest language. Okay? And then the ancient Egyptian, which is written in the hieroglyphs and the hieratic, is strictly for the priests. Fool. Now, let me come on over here. if they could read and write ancient Egyptian, now we talking about the Greeks. If they could read and write ancient Egyptian, then we can no longer credit Champollion with the decipherment of the Egyptian hieroglyphs because the Greeks would have already done it. And that's very critical, that they did not know how to read, and they was in there when the language was living. That's very critical, that the Greeks was in Egypt when the language was living, and all you had to do was just ask somebody, okay? That's all you had to do was just ask the priests, and they couldn't, and we're going to get off into this. Why would a Greek, and then the Greek is at the bottom, okay? Why would a Greek king put his language at the bottom? Kings don't do that. That's unbecoming of a king. Now, how in the fuck is the Greek at the bottom and he the king? Bitch, if I'm on top, my shit at the top. Okay, ain't no motherfucker, I'm at the bottom. You see what I'm saying? That shit don't work. If I'm the motherfucking king, all my shit going at the top. You see what I'm saying? So that's a very serious question as to why would a Greek king put his language at the bottom? And you know, kings don't do that. That's unbecoming of a king. They could have found that goddamn, you know what I'm saying? They could have found that goddamn Stella. You understand what I'm saying? Could have had a little Egyptian at the top and with some blank at the bottom and motherfucker filled it in. You do not know. You do not know. Okay, let me keep it moving. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that. Now, we getting into the so-called, the fake transliteration that they did. Now, this is how they broke into the Medunet. Okay, this is how they broke. If you look at the bottom at the so-called Greek, what you see in yellow is Ptolemy. Now, that's very crazy because today they gonna show you that shit in Latin. They don't want you to see it in the original language in which it was supposedly written in, which is the old Greek. So if you look at the bottom, that supposedly is Ptolemy. You see, then when you go to the Demotic, they claim that what you see in the middle in yellow is Ptolemy in the Demotic. And then when you go all the way to the top in the cartouche, that's his name in the hieroglyphics. Okay? Now the question becomes, I just asked myself, I said, well, shit, if that was his name and they considered him the king, why wasn't the cartouche added to the other scripts? See, that's very critical right there. See, that's letting you know what the hell going on. Why wasn't the cartouche added to the other scripts? You see? So, and so what they did, let me show y'all. Let me go over this. Let me go down here. Where them other kings' names at? Y'all got to see this shit. Here it is, and I'll go back up. This is how they created the Medunata alphabet. You see what I'm saying? If you look at all the Greek rulers' names, wait a minute, let me go to them. If you look at them at the bottom, you see Ptolemy II, Arsenio, Bernice. Majority of the queens was either Cleopatra, Arsenio, or Bernice. And most of the, if not all of the kings was Ptolemy. They had a first name. And so what they did is they took all the Greek rulers' names, they took the letters out of their name, and they superimposed them on one of the glyphs. You see what I'm saying? And this is how they created the fucking Medunata. And as you can see, they didn't get the whole fucking name. You see, it was certain glyphs that they did not transliterate. So that clearly show you that it was not a clean cut. So listen to what I'm telling y'all. When it came to transliterating the Greek on the Medunata, it failed. They left too many goddamn symbols that they did not have a equivalent for. So this is why they went and used Coptic and used other goddamn Afro-Asiatic languages to fill it in. So they not even telling y'all some of them goddamn words. It took 3 fucking languages to make one fucking word. I'm sick of y'all, man. I'm so sick of these Medu Netta niggas. It's ridiculous. It's a hybrid fucking word. So you mean to tell me that they took all the Greek rule, and so how the hell? What's at the top? The Egyptian hieroglyphic alphabet was created by superimposing the initials of homosexual Greek rulers' names on sacred glyphs of our African ancestors. Shame on y'all. That's shame. Wait a minute, let me show y'all. Let me show you, family. Let me show you. Let me show you. Here you go. Here you go right there. Let me, and that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard. They're gonna be ready to take me on off. They're gonna be ready. They're gonna be ready to take me on off if I come too hard. If I come too hard, y'all. They're gonna be ready to, that one too hard. That one too hard. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to come hard. You see what I'm saying? Let me go back here. You see what I'm saying? And so this is what happens. So y'all got all these crazy ass people. You understand the Greek dynasty. You understand who was murdering and killing each other for power, which no other dynasty ever done, African dynasty, where they killed and murdered each other for power. They brought that same Eurocentric, chaotic mind state to Africa and started killing each other. Mama killing son, son killing father, sister killing brother, all through the Ptolemaic era. And y'all take their names. So that's where your alphabet came from. It came from superimposing the names of the Greek rulers onto the Egyptian hieroglyph. Now, I got to show y'all this. Where my mat dude? I think that's it right there. Okay, look at this. I looked it up. There are over 5,000 glyphs used at some point or other during the history of hieroglyphic writing in Egypt, of some which 700 to 800 were in common use during the classical Middle Egyptian period. Most Egyptian glyphs represented either whole words, ideas, or a combination of sounds, but a small number were used to write single consonants, and these constitute the so-called hieroglyphic alphabet. Now, let me come back out of there. Let me come back out of there. You see, now, they got a 26-letter alphabet, that they use based on superimposing the names of the, and as you seen, they didn't get all the damn symbols. So it wasn't a clean cut. You see what I'm saying? So at that point, you have failed. The Greek failed. So if you had to use nothing but the Rosetta Stone, it failed. Okay, and I'm gonna show you something. I was looking at the documentary on fucking Champollion, the Rosetta Stone. When he went to transliterate Ramesses, the only letter that he got from the Greek was the S on the end. That's all you got. You see what I'm saying? Because what they doing is they taking the Greek rulers' names, and if they got the same initial in their name, and they see the same symbol up in the cartouche, they consider that a match. So when it came to Ramesses, the only thing they was able to get out of there was the two S's on the end. That's it. The Ra and the mess is Coptic. Coptic did not exist in the A because they used Greek letters. Fool ass niggas. So I don't want to hear nothing about that. Coptic did not exist at the time of ancient Egypt. They didn't, you cannot go on no temple or no scroll and find no goddamn Coptic nowhere. Coptic came after the closing of the Egyptian temples. Okay? I would love for anybody to go to ancient Egypt and find me some Coptic. You cannot use languages that come after the fact. And you cannot use a language that's not on the stone. Y'all some dumb motherfuckers. See, I keep motherfuckers to the straight and narrow. You see what I'm saying? I keep motherfuckers to the straight and narrow. You see what I'm saying? So let's be clear about it. The Greek, and I told you that, it failed. It failed. And not only did they use Coptic, because when you see, wait a minute, let me show y'all. Fuck this, I'm on the road now. I'm about to start cracking motherfuckers' heads. I'm about to start cracking motherfuckers' heads. I ain't playing no games with niggas. I'm not playing no games with you niggas. I'm not. Where's that goddamn, I'm looking for the map of Afro-Asiatic language. I'm gonna find it. Hold on. Here you go. Here you go, right here. Let me click y'all back in. Let me click y'all back in. Going in on these niggas. They want to fight, I'm here to fight. I'm here to fight. You want to fight, I'm here to fight. Okay, now this is a map of Afro-Asiatic languages. Okay? Distribution of Afro-Asiatic languages. Okay? Yellow signifies areas without any languages in that family. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? And Coptic is in the Afro-Asian, and you see Arabic all up. They don't even show you what Coptic is, even though Coptic is in the Afro-Asiatic language. So it says yellow, and that's everything south in Southern Africa and even Western Africa. Yellow signifies areas without any languages in that family. How the hell is Arabic, Tuareg, and Semitic, Syriac, and all of that shit related to ancient Egyptian, but the southern languages is not? See, that's the shit that they not telling you niggas. So that was easy for them to use Coptic so they could come through the back door with Arabic and Semitic and all the rest of that shit. So not only did they use Coptic, they also use Arabic, and they also use a fucking Semitic when they could. So that's what they not telling you also. Ain't got nothing to do with no damn African. These is facts. Go look it up. Any nigga gotta wanna dispute it, bring it on. Bring it on. What they gonna try to do is clean the white man shit up for him, even though the white man done told him. So this is right and exact with what they said, that they believe that the Egyptians is a Caucasian race. It falls right in line, and then it says yellow signifies areas without any languages in that family. Oh man. And then it's obvious that the Egyptians came from the beginning of the Nile, and so they didn't cut Egypt off from all its family at the beginning of the damn Nile. And I just cannot understand. And let me tell y'all something. Matter of fact, let me bring that back up. Once you understand the flow of the river Nile, and you see it's flowing from the south down to Egypt, it starts in the south at the Great Lakes region. Understandably, the Africans at the beginning of the river really got control over the whole damn river, because you understand what I'm saying? They could easily dam the river up there in the southern portions and cut off all flow of water down to Egypt and the Sudan. Okay? You got to understand that. So you gonna master the southern portions before you master the northern portion. Because if you don't, you're gonna be at the mercy of the man in the south all the time. So it is quite evident that the Egyptians was related to the Sudanese was related to the Ethiopians, The Ethiopians were related to the family more south near the Great Lakes region. They were all connected, and they understood that those Africans in the south had superior control over that river. So it ain't no goddamn way you're gonna leave out the southern portion, because that's where it starts. We talking about the big, you don't start at the end of the damn river. You start at the beginning of the river and you work your way down like locomotion. You see what I'm saying? You go with the flow of shit, okay? And that's the reality of it. So we showing you how Coptic ain't nothing but bastardized Greek. That's all the fuck it is. And I'm gonna show you some other thing. Where's the damn wait a minute, not this one. Not this one. What that other Madunetta? I think here you go. Let me show y'all the copy. I got so many of these motherfuckers. I got about 3-4 goddamn Madunetta lectures. I need to start combining them. Let me show y'all who the Coptics is. All you have to do is go look them up. Is it on this one? Okay, it ain't on that. Okay. Damn, where is it at then? Let me see. Hold on, this. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Let me show you the copies. Here they go. Here you go, right here. Look at it. Look at them. They ain't nothing but mixed breed motherfucking Greeks. You understand? They came in there. The Coptic, listen to what it said. The Coptic script was adopted from the Greek alphabet approximately around 2nd century of the Common Era. Okay? The Coptics adopted the Greek alphabet completely, even though many of the Greek letters represented sounds that didn't exist in Egyptian. Did you hear that? That's critical. Did you hear that? The Coptics adopted the Greek alphabet completely, even though many of the Greek letters represented sounds that didn't exist in Egyptian. Now, I got to read that, because either I'm stupid, or the people who wrote this shit is stupid. So if these people were speaking Egyptian, okay, they were speaking Egyptian, why would the fuck they adopt letters that could not represent the sounds that was coming out of their motherfucking mouth? That don't make no goddamn sense to me. You understand what I'm saying? If they adopted Greek letters, it was because they ass was speaking Greek. How the fuck would you listen to? I'm gonna go over that again. And if anybody wanna, if you following me, please, if I'm wrong, could you let me know? It says the Copts adopted the Greek, hear me out, alphabet completely, even though many of the Greek letters represented sounds that did not exist in Egyptian. Okay? So I'm gonna stop right there. So if that, how in the fuck is you using it to fucking transliterate sounds above? You got the supposed Greek, you got the supposed Demotic, and you got the Medunatic. So if the Greek letters represent sounds that don't exist in Egyptian, that's even more so and very clear that you niggas is not speaking Egyptian. I'm so done with you niggas. I mean, I don't know how many times I got to bust y'all motherfucking head that y'all niggas is not speaking no motherfucker, and it ain't even the hieroglyphs ain't even an alphabetical language. It's symbolisms, fool. We're gonna go over that again today. We're gonna go. So instead, they kept the extraneous letters for their numeric values, whatever the fuck that means. I don't want to hear that. In addition, the Copts added 5 letters taken from the Egyptian script. 5 letters taken from that represent sounds that don't exist in Greek. The final count of signs was 32 and neatly represented the Egyptian language at the beginning of the first millennium CE. Now watch me bust this shit down real quick. Watch me bust this shit down real quick. Let me come right back on over here. You think you're fucking with, man? You fucking with a master over here. Now let me go right here to Herodotus. Okay? Even though we know that Herodotus probably never existed, not a day in his life, it still show you the psychology and what the white man thought about ancient. Whatever white man wrote, he let you know the truth of what the Egyptian thought about the ancient Greeks, and he wrote it in here for us to go over. Now, this is Herodotus. Now, we using Herodotus now, and Herodotus supposedly lived around 425 BC. What does it say? The Egyptians adhere to their own national customs and adopt no foreign usages. I'm going to go over that again. You're playing with a master, y'all. I got too many books in my mind to go in and checkmate you motherfuckers every time. Okay? The Egyptians adhere to their own national customs and adopt no foreign usage. Okay? I'm going to go down. The Egyptians dislike adopting Greek customs, or in a word, those of any other nation. This feeling is almost universal among them. Okay, I'm gonna go on down. Thus far, this is what Herodotus said. Thus far, I have spoken of Egypt from my own observation, relating what I myself saw, the ideas that I formed, the results of my own researches. What follows rests on the accounts given me by the Egyptians, which I shall now repeat, adding thereto some particulars which fell under my own notice. So I want to, bring this up one more time, because he said, what follows rests on the accounts given me by the Egyptians. And what they said to the white boy was, the Egyptians adhere to their own national customs and adopt no foreign usage. And I'm going to go over this again. The Egyptians dislike, do you hear that? The Egyptians dislike adopting Greek customs, or in a word, those of any other nation. This feeling is almost universal among them. Now, I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm going to come back over here for all you Medu Netta niggas that use Coptic. And then we come over here, and it says, the Copts adopted the Greek alphabet completely, even though many of the Greek letters represented sounds that didn't exist in Egyptian. You know why? Because they was not no goddamn Egyptians, you dumbass fools. How the fuck is this universal? It showed that our people would have never adopted no damn Greek for no damn alphabet, give up the most sacred language that existed on the planet for a barbaric language like Greek that couldn't take them no goddamn where but back up in the cave. I'm sick of that. The Coptics is the first boule. That's who the Coptics. Let me show my face. I could come back. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. See, you playing with a master. See, I could go right back in there. So I'll let the white man disprove Herodotus or whatever. Y'all could do whatever you want. You understand what I'm saying? We know for a fact that the Greeks was not literate when Alexander came into Egypt. But see, whoever wrote Herodotus, they told some very valuable information about the Egyptians, and that they dislike. I got another one say They wouldn't even use a Greek fucking fork or a knife or nothing because the Greeks ate animals that the Egyptians considered sacred. So they didn't even eat behind them. They didn't even eat behind them. Okay, so they dislike Greek customs. So when you see that these people is adopting the Greek because these is bastard Greeks, these is not Egyptians, and that's very clever that you say Coptic is the last stage of ancient Egyptian. That way, that's a back door for the Greek, for the motherfucking the Arab, and for the rest of them so-called Afro-Asiatic languages to steal our culture and then cut us off from the motherfucker. Anything from sub-Saharan Africa didn't have nothing to do with it. And see, we don't understand that the majority of the linguists, this is what they believed. This is how they constructed the Madunata. See? So you gonna clean the white boy up so you can keep it. That's what you're gonna have to do. That's a damn shame. See, now I understand that a lot of our people, and I'm not done. We just starting this. What time is it? I'm just, let me get some goddamn water. It's funny, I know when I got a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Our people wouldn't have never adopted such a childish language like that. Is you stupid? We know this is the language of the gods. We wouldn't have never. That's like going back to the cave. You gonna accept the Greeks? You just gave them that little shit they got. You understand what I'm saying? The Africans would have never accepted. So when you look at the Coptics adopting the Greek letters, they are the first boule. They are the first Greek fraternities and sororities, just like they adopted the Greek and call their ass Delta, Sigma, Alpha. These is the Copts. These is the first fucking boule, first Greek bougie, mixed breed ass fraternity and sororities in Africa that wanted to take on the letters of their Greek fathers who had probably raped their Nubian mamas, but then it's so much more Greek in their ass that they more Greek than they ever gonna be African. I'm gonna show y'all some shit, and then I'm gonna go to some more of them Greek. Let me get some water. Let me get some. How I'm doing out there, family? Y'all know I already see him. That's right. You know I show up with the facts, family. And I'm going to say the Egyptologists for tomorrow. And then I'm going to bring y'all, tomorrow I'm going to have two sessions. I'm going to bring y'all the 10 virtues of a black revolutionary. I got to bring that back. I did that shit over almost 10 years, and we need it today because I got to start giving niggas some structure. While I'm teaching you, I got to give you some personal structure and a curriculum so you can, every day you stacking up on that the evolution of self. You can see the development in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be proud of who you are. So make sure you have your ass in the place tomorrow, family. I don't want you to miss this because you're going to get this program and we all going to be on the program. You understand? You see program and you say curriculum. You see the curriculum is that 360-degree evolution of self. And you know what I'm saying? We're going to be on tomorrow, family, so stay tuned. Let me get this water and let me keep kicking in their ass. All right. Ain't no stopping the God. Ain't no stopping me. And they know they can't stop. They know they can't fuck with that. They know they can't. They know they cannot fuck with General Sarah Susan if they try. If they try. Oh, now that's very critical, family. I'm gonna even bring up this other Roman, Diodorus Siculus. He was from Sicily. And I want y'all to hear this man, what he said about the Medunet. See, what people got to understand is that from the closing of the temples, let me get my calculator out. I got to go to work. Family. I got to go to work. Where my motherfucking calculator at? Let me get that motherfucker up there. There it is. Boom. Ooh, said he even got the calculator up there. You know, nigga, I'm not missing nothing. I'm gonna get the actual facts. The Sicilian, that's right. Diodorus Siculus. The Sicilian, exactly. Now, they closed the Egyptian temple. And that was under Justinian. I think it was Justinian and Theodosius. Okay? Closed the temples in 372 BC. Now, Champollion supposedly produces his alphabet, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get that. I don't want a motherfucker. Wait a minute. Where that weak motherfucker at? Let me make sure I know exactly. I think it was 1824, if I'm not mistaken. 1824, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm gonna ride with that because that's more clear. I'm not gonna look. I got so many files and shit, and I'm straightening this lecture up. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of shit, and so I'm just, spotting and shit right now. But in the next week, I'm gonna have this motherfucker where I could just go down the line. But I didn't develop so much more information that now I got to go in there and clean it up some. Okay? Now, he produces that dictionary or the alphabet in 1824. And I'm gonna add that. Do y'all understand? See, that's 2,196 years. Now, what's significant about that? For 2,000 years, it was taught that the symbols was esoterical. Okay? Let's be clear about these niggas out here tripping on the Medunet. And the clear thing, and I'm gonna touch back on, damn boy, I love this lecture. I don't even know if that's why we're gonna have to do 3 days. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to do 3 days just to get the goddamn information, to get the damn information out. But you talking about 2,000 years, it was taught that it was esoterical. And when Champollion put the alphabet out, let's be clear about it. It sat on the shelf for 40 years, okay? Because his peers did not recognize that he had transliterated the Medunet. They did not believe him. And we talking about science now. Motherfuckers out there talking about this bullshit. We talking about science now. The majority of the Egyptologists did not believe that he had translated. So the shit sat on the shelf. So how is niggas picking it up now, acting like, oh, this so much the shit, you understand what I'm saying, at this late date? You know what I'm saying? So when you think that, for 40 years, it sat on the shelf, and really, they didn't start using that alphabet because somebody else had to come along and add to it. And I think that was Richard Lipsius, who was a German. That's when the Germans took over. After Champollion, the next major linguist was Richard Lipsius, who was a German. And from that point on, the Germans run the linguists. When you're talking about different type of Egyptologists, the majority, if not all, of the linguists that has something to do with the Medu Neter were German, Jewish, or they went to school in Germany. I don't want to get too much in that because that's going to be for tomorrow. Even the English, you know, people like to use Gardner and Faulkner. You see what I'm saying? Because those are American Egyptologists. Gardner, which majority of English people sometimes use Gardner, got his education in fucking Berlin under Adolf Ehrman, a fucking Jew. Okay, I just want to let y'all know that. Okay, and so you talking about the so-called Medu Neter ain't a good 100 years old. It might, we'll give it 100, we'll give it 125 years, 130 years. So you talking about that shit ain't even that old. You understand what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me that they closed the temples down in 397, and then you got 2,000 years where people feel like they can't even translate it. And then all of a sudden, people assume that it's alphabetical. See, just mouthing some shit, if you keep saying it over and over and over and over, people will believe that shit. So what is it after 2,000 years? Because you got to understand based on research, the further and the further and the further and the further you get from the time period, the less reliable the information will be. Do you understand that? So you got 2,000 years in between Champollion and the closing of the temple. Champollion, when he made the alphabet, he hadn't even been to Africa. This motherfucker created the alphabet in his motherfucking attic. The motherfucker he eventually went to Africa one time. And, you know, he went to check his shit and whoop-de-woo. And that was after he had even produced the alphabet. So he didn't even ask one African. He ain't asked an African because they don't look at Africans as being the source of the Medu Neter. Now, I want to show y'all something because I was looking at the documentary and they say Champollion knew Coptic. And so, listen, I know all the motherfuckers that taught him, all the Egyptologists I studied. Back then, I studied at least 30, 40 top Egyptologists. Ain't nobody gonna tell me shit. I know them all the time. I studied them motherfuckers day and night for damn near 2 years. So I know each one of them motherfuckers and what they accredited for, okay? Let me show you the motherfucker who taught, because motherfuckers say Coptic. I showed you who the Coptics is, and then let me show you some more Coptics, and then let me show you who taught Champollion Coptic, because he was using Coptic to fill in the blanks. You see what I'm saying? When they was trying to decipher from the Greek to the Medu Neter, they was coming up short. So let's deal with the fact that the Greek was insufficient. Can we say that? Can we say that? It was insufficient. You didn't make a clean cut. And so you needed help. So you had to go get more languages. So some of them words got 2, 3 languages to make one word. You got a fucking hybrid fucking language. It's a hybrid language. Ain't shit got to do with ancient Egyptian. Okay, now let me show you some more Coptic. All you had to do is go Google that shit. I love research. I love it. I love cracking these niggas' heads. Look at this. Look at this. So that's a Coptic today. You want to go look just like the motherfuckers on the scroll. And they stayed in Lower Egypt. You ain't going, that motherfucker take his ass further south, that bitch will be on fire. He'll be on fire. That motherfucker skin will peel. Let me show you some more Coptics. The Coptics are the mixed breed children of the Greeks. Those are facts. Those are facts. Okay? Now, let me show y'all Champerion's Coptic teacher. Is it on this one? Might not be on this one. Might not be on it. Let me go to my other. Here you go, right here. Now, a white Arab, if you look at, this is a painting of Napoleon. You see what I'm saying? And I think he was being crowned king at that. He was being crowned emperor at that time. Now, the Arab's name is Raphael de Monachis. Okay, Monachis. Okay, and he was the only Arab on Napoleon's campaign. He taught Champollion Arabic and Coptic. Okay, and he was an Oriental. Champollion was an Orientalist. Okay, this was the main course of study at that time. So you can see the circle around. He was the only Arab that went on Napoleon's campaign. Okay, so that was the Arab that taught him. And you can look at Champollion to the left. You can see when they went over there, they went to adopting Islam. They became beys, and that's where you get the Shriners from. They started wearing them beys. They became beys and pashas. And I think Champollion was a bey. And I seen a couple of more of them Egyptians became pashas and beys. So for anybody that want to try to act like Coptic is African, well, let me tell you, the Coptic that Champollion used wasn't no goddamn African, okay? Just to be clear about that. That's his teacher right there, Raphael de Monachis, okay? And you can look it up, and he was from Syria. He was from Syria. He wasn't even from Africa. And that show you, just like I said, Syriac. You see what I'm saying? He was from Syria. So that show you that Coptic is related to Arabic, Syriac, the fake Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. That is very, very... Now, let me come back, because I want to come down here and show y'all what this other Greek said. And I think that's it right there. I just went past it. But I'm going to come back up. I'm going to come back up. Let me move this up. Let me read this. Now, this is from Diodorus Siculus, okay, which he was a Roman philosopher, statesman, you understand, of his day. I think he lived around 50 BC, supposedly 50 BC, you understand? And this is what he says about the hieroglyphs. Shape of their statues and the forms of their letters are Ethiopian, okay? And the larger part of the customs of the Egyptians they hold Ethiopian. The colonists still preserving their ancient manners. For instance, the belief that their kings are gods, the very special attention which they pay to their burials, and many other matters of a similar nature are Ethiopian practices, while the shapes of their statues and the forms of their letters are Ethiopian. For the two kinds of writing which the Egyptians have, that which is known as popular demonic is learned by everyone, while that which is sacred is understood only by the priests of the Egyptian, who learned it from their fathers as one of the things which are not divulged. But among Ethiopians, everyone uses these forms of letters. Okay? That's very, very critical. You see, now Diodorus Siculus says that the Medunetta, even the Demotic, is Ethiopian. All of the letters are Ethiopian, and that the Egyptians are colonists. And the Medunetta, the sacred language in Egypt, is only understood by the priests, while those in Ethiopia, everybody uses the letters. And the facts was there were foreigners in the land. And so because there was foreigners in the land, the language had to be reserved to the priests. But in Ethiopia, where there was no foreigners in the land, it could be spoken by everyone without the possibility of the information being leaked. That's just clear right there, fam. These is facts. These is fucking facts. So how can we say that Coptic is the last of the stage of the Egypt? What happened to the Ethiopians? Did they just fucking, what happened? Motherfuckers just, what, they lose their minds and shit? They stop talking? What happened? See what I'm saying? So this is a very slick way of stealing our history from us. You see what I'm saying? Without understanding that even when you go up in Nubia, even the Cushites use the Medunetta. You see, well, what the fuck you think? They stopped talking once when the Greeks came in? So it's very, very slick how they say that Coptic it is not even African. It's Greek. Okay? It's Greek. And so, you still have to go up the river to get the sacred information on what it is. And even then, when you go up the river, it still cannot be alphabetical. It still got to be taught from father to son, mother to daughter. You cannot put a letter or an alphabet to a symbol. Now, I got some. Let me come out for a minute because I need to tighten something up right quick. I need to tighten something up right quick. Right quick. And I don't want y'all to see me tighten it up. Because it's going to be, yesterday I used some of the, hold on. All right. Let me tighten this up right quick. Every time I do this, sometimes I had to switch my symbols. Cause after motherfucker done seen the damn last video. See, that's why Walter Williams, when he put the symbol up there, I should never, but I'm gonna do this. But this time, I ain't gonna give all my damn symbols. I'm gonna leave y'all niggas in dismay. I ain't gonna give you my damn symbols this time. Cause I can't keep looking for these goddamn maps, these legends and shit. I'm gonna keep me one good one, and then I'm gonna keep you niggas wondering what the other ones is. I'm gonna show you one. And then I'm gonna leave you to get in dismay on the other ones. Cause I got to keep some symbols up here that I don't give the science to. Let me get my Let me get my metal net out right quick. Hold on. Because some people saw my last video, and I asked them what that was. Motherfucker knew it. They've been watching the damn video for so damn long that they knew the damn science. Okay, wait a minute, family. Let me get this together. Now, I'm gonna show y'all quickly. After I do that, where's that at? Lord, Lord, Lord. Okay, okay. Hold on, family. Let me go out with this bang. Okay. Bingo. 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 Let me bring this on over here. Let me bring this on over here. Okay, boom. All right, and let me go on and add something to this. All right, women now. I want to do this again and do it and put some fun into it. This must not be the one. Okay, hold on. I'm about to rap. I'm about to do great things, family. Just hold on. We about to do great things. About to do great things. Believe that. Here you go. This is what I wanted right here. This is what I wanted right here. Let me bring this over. And what I don't get today, I'm gonna just get tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? We can't do everything today. I had to work right here on the spot. I'm about to go in just a second. Bingo. Bingo. And then I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna put it over here. Let me do one more. I'm gonna copy and put that right there. Okay. I'm gonna copy this one more, and I'm gonna put this right here. Okay, we working out now. I'm about to put the hammer down. I'm about to put the hammer down, and then we'll pick up tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Because it's heavy like that. It's heavy like that. Okay. Now, bring that up. Bring that up. Because that's the only one I'm gonna show. All right, let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Now, to go over this again, we see some symbols here, family. We see some symbols. And I want somebody out there. I'm looking out there in my chat. Let's go to the first line. Let's go to the first row of symbols on the left. Let's go to I'm waiting on it to pop up. I'm waiting on it. I doubt very seriously if they know these, because these is new. I think these is new. It's gonna tell you unless somebody, you know what I'm saying. I doubt very seriously. Brother asks, are you saying the 42 laws of Ma'at is total bull? No, I'm not saying that. You understand what I'm saying? But where did they get the information from? You understand what I'm saying? Because ain't no damn way. Well, because again, when I come out, I'm gonna answer that for you. I'm gonna answer that for you. Because even in the transliteration, even if you transliterate, which we prove that they did not do, even if you created a word, how could you define it without an ancient Egyptian dictionary? Even if you create, say for instance, you created the alphabet based on the Greek ruler's name. The only motherfucking word you're gonna be able to speak is the Greek ruler name. You ain't gonna be able to go outside of the Greek ruler name because you understand that this is the Greek ruler and that these supposed glyphs represent the letters in his name. But outside of the Greek ruler, how can you create other words and define them? You still would need primary verification to define the words. How in the fuck is you going, even if you created a word, how would you know what the fuck it was without a dictionary? Come on, man, wake up. I know it's hard. But even if you created a word with the fraudulent alphabet, how would the fuck you know what it was without an ancient Egyptian dictionary? Who defined the words? That's a very critical question. You made up the definition. That's the only way you could have did it. You made up the definition, period. Okay, I'm not going to go over that again. You should know that by now. How the fuck could you, and then you got all these books and shit with sentences and shit. And how could you even write sentences without the grammatical rules of ancient Egyptian? You can't use English or no shit like that. So you superimposing all foreign concepts onto the glyphs to get what now you could go down into Africa and speak to the family and they probably could give you oral traditions. You understand what I'm saying? That might relate, you understand what I'm saying, to what they saw. And then it could be basic understandings and basic glyphs where you get a meaning from, and then you embellish that meaning. But there is no way for you, even if you created an alphabet and you went and put them letters on the symbols that you thought they belonged to, even if you created a word, how the fuck could you define it without an ancient Egyptian? I don't give a fuck what you saying. I done showed y'all, wait a minute, because he done made me go to this. Let me come back up here so I can show you, brother. See the English, Spanish to English, English to Spanish. Even if a motherfucker speaking Spanish and you don't know what it is, you have to look it up in an English to Spanish dictionary so it can give you the meaning. You might know it's Spanish, but you just don't know what it is. So even if you created a goddamn word, how could you define it without a goddamn ancient Egyptian dictionary to define the word? And not only defining the word, you got people writing sentences and paragraphs and whole books in supposedly Medunetta. How can you write sentences? How can you write paragraphs without the grammatical rules of ancient Egypt? Man, listen here, man. Y'all niggas better wake the fuck up. I know what the fuck I'm talking about, man. They got these books on and they got them for a fucking reason. Y'all niggas got to wait. So you see right there, it says French dictionary and grammar. You can't just You got to be able to define a word, and then you got to know the grammar, the rules of grammar, to be able to speak it in a sentence. Y'all got to wake up, man. Y'all got to wake the fuck up, man. Straight up. Now, if you ask me that again, I'm gonna come right back to this. And if you do not then you just in you in what they call that denial. You in serious denial of reality. You know what I'm saying? Nothing that I've taught to, because you got to go through this through every language. And the crazy shit about it, again, and I'm gonna come back to this. When you go to the Rosetta Stone, whatever language they got 24 languages, and they all got audio companions. Okay, where you listen to it and you practice speaking. But since the ancient Egyptian language been dead over 2,000 years, you have no audio companion. When you say transliteration, that means it does not have audio. It's muted. So how the fuck is you gonna define a word you can't even speak? Man, get the fuck out of here. Let me show y'all something. I love when somebody bring me that smoke. Because goddamn it, I want to smoke too. Fuck it. Let's bring that smoke. Okay? Now, you know what? This is the Greek. I wish I could show y'all. Man, where's that? Where it's just nothing but the so-called consonants of the goddamn medulla. If you seen that shit, you would throw that shit away because you know goddamn well it's no way for a motherfucker to speak it. I don't have it with me today, but I most definitely gonna find it. Okay? Now I'm gonna get back to this premise and then I'll start tomorrow. Now, back here. Let's start with the first row to the left. Anybody want to guess what them symbols mean? Anybody? He said Captain America on the left. He talking about that shield at the bottom. You crazy this motherfucker. And that just show you how some, and I'm glad you brought that up, Captain, because some and that's very clear that if it was Marvel Comics that had issued the guy, it might be Captain America. Some symbols are used over and over and over and over, and based on the organization that issues the goddamn symbols, it could mean something totally different. That's why it's so critical that you get the legend or the key from the organization that produced it. Can't get it. Because it's hard for you to, now let me show y'all. Let me show y'all what the last row, I'm going to give y'all the last row. I ain't going to give you the first two rows. Now, if you look at the top, that's a fireplace. Okay? If you look to the one up under it, that's a locked door. Now, ain't no motherfucker gonna understand that's no locked motherfucker door. Okay? Now, 16, if you look at the one under that, that's locked and bolted door. Okay? The symbol up under that one is a barred door. The two symbols up under that, slit window. Okay, now look at the one up under that, rock or stone wall. Ain't no motherfucker gonna guess. You got to have the legend for that shit. And then the one up is dots, but it says bars. Okay, it means bars. Okay, so if you, now let me show y'all something. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna put them here. I'm gonna just do this. And then I'm gonna go out tonight, and I'm gonna come back tomorrow for the final episode of the Medu Netta. Now I'm gonna put the alphabet up there. Okay. Now, how by placing alphabetical letters on symbols will it render the information of that symbol, the definition of that symbol? How does placing A on the first symbol tell you that it means fireplace? How by placing a B on the second symbol does it identify that that means a locked door? How does placing C on the third symbol identify that that means locked and bolted door? Okay, how does placing D on the next symbol identify that that's a barred door? How about placing E on the other symbol does it identify that that's a slit window? How about placing E on the other symbol does that identify? It will not give you the definition of the symbol because it's not alphabetical. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here, family, and I'm gonna end with that. How about placing letters on the African symbols? Well, it give you the meaning of what that symbol means. Symbols have meanings. They're not alphabetical. Okay, and you don't know if if any of them are alphabetical. And how do you take 26 letters? And I'm gonna go back up here. See what I'm saying? There are over 5,000 glyphs, 5,000, used at some point or other during the history of hieroglyphic writing in Egypt, of which 700 to 800 were in common use during the classical Middle Egyptian period. Okay, 700 to 800. So how do you shrink 5,000 glyphs to damn 26 letters, and then you writing all type of books and shit, breaking all type of codes and doing? Listen here, you have been fooled. Let me go over this one more time and I'm out. Let me go over this one more time and I'm out. And I'm out. And I'll get with y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna end with Walter Williams again. Thank everybody who supported me today. Appreciate that. Again, putting that hardcore work in. The historical origins of Christianity. You could go to the appendix of that book. Why the Medu Netta hieroglyphics have never been deciphered. Contrary to the teachings of Western institutions, the Medu Netta or hieroglyphs, which are pictorial symbols of ancient Egyptians, have never been deciphered. The following are the reasons. In order for the Medu Netta or hieroglyphs to have been deciphered, one will have to ask the ancient Egyptians who drew the symbols what he or she meant for them to be. To illustrate my point, I would draw a symbol of my own creation. And you see it there. I now ask you, what is the meaning of this symbol? Realistically, you cannot know until I provide you with the meaning. No one can put phonetic alphabetical value to symbols. For example, the symbol of the question mark. Can you assign a phonetic alphabetical value such as the letters T, M, P, K, R, etc. to the question mark? The answer is no, because the question mark is telling you something to do, to question. If you drive a car, you would test it in 3 categories: eyesight, rules of the road, and symbols. When you were tested for symbols, you were asked what the symbols were telling you to do. In order to know what the symbols are telling one to do, one has to know the meaning of the symbols as standardized by the Division of Motor Vehicles. If you did not know the meaning of the symbols, you failed the test. You cannot use any language, Coptic, African, or otherwise, as a key to understanding the symbols of the hieroglyphs i.e., you cannot apply a language or languages to symbols that one does not know the meaning of. Okay, that's it. Let me come on out of that. Let me come on up out of that. Again, I'm gonna go over what the brother said. He said, so is you telling me that the 42 laws of Ma'at are bullshit? Now, that's again where family have instituted their spirituality to something. And if a motherfucker I'm not, listen, ain't anything can get it. You understand? That don't mean that the 42 negative confessions of Ma'at not real in spiritual essence. That what they said in them laws are not true. But the understanding of how the fuck could they have used that language to come up, you don't know where they got that shit from. You don't know. It's a lot of oral teachings in East Africa too. So you can embellish a whole, if you don't know if they got it off of a scroll, you don't know if what symbols was on the scroll, and they use a basic their own interpretation to embellish the rules and the 42 negative laws of Ma'at. We don't know. But the one thing we do know is that they didn't use that alphabet to do that. And just like I said, today, even if you created a word, okay, how could you define it without a dictionary? An ancient Egyptian dictionary, even if you created a word, how would you know what it was unless you had a dictionary? And then you got sentences. That's grammatical. That's English. They're using grammatical. Even look at this. I'm gonna show y'all something, and I'm gonna get back to y'all tomorrow. Even how you see how they spell Ptolemy? They spell it with a P, right? Ptolemy. Ptolemy. But the P is silent. That's English, man. That's English. What the fuck is it there for if it's silent? You see what I'm saying? So right there, you using the grammatical rules of English in ancient Egyptian. Well, it ain't even that. That's Latin. You see what I'm saying? So why even put a P under a symbol when the motherfucker's silent? It ain't even there. You might as well start with the T. Tolmey. Why is the P there if it's silent? That don't make no damn sense. Why would you add a letter that don't have a sign? That don't make no damn sense right there. So the correct pronunciation is Ptolemy. But yet it's still, you put a P. But when you go to the Greek, there is no P. They got two, I'll show you tomorrow the difference between the Greek and the Latin. So even there, you done went deeper and deeper in, because most of the time that when you write, you using Latin. Ain't no Latin on the stone, family. There's no Latin on the stone. It was supposedly Greek. And then you using Latin today, and the Romans supposedly got their language from the Etruscans. So there was a gap in between the Greeks and the goddamn Romans. So why didn't they show you how they translated from one language and what they lost in translation? Because anytime you go from one language, you're gonna lose something in translation. So from the Greek to the Roman, which niggas is using today in Latin, and then you got Old Greek and fucking New Greek. I looked that up. The vowels have changed. So even New Greek don't sound like, even though it's similar, it didn't change. Then you got Latin, and then today you got Italian. Okay, there's a variation in between that. Okay, so you're not showing off, so you just taking these big ass steps and shit and not showing the people what the fuck they losing even in these various translations. Y'all niggas, boy, they putting a number on y'all motherfuckers. They putting a number on y'all motherfuckers. All right, family, how I do today? How I do today? I need my grade. I want my grade. I remember back when I was in school, when I was doing bad, my mama used to make me bring a progress report home every day. I couldn't even get in the house without my goddamn progress report. My mama, first thing I come through the door, my mama would be like, where that progress report? And if I had, she'll send my ass back up to school. I'd be trying to run before the damn teacher get up out the damn school. I see them A's. I ain't never coming up off these niggas. You know I ain't coming up off these niggas. That's right, family. I appreciate everything. I'm glad y'all showed up. Be in here tomorrow. I'm bringing that smoke tomorrow. And then we having the 10 virtues of a black revolutionary, coming from the mystery system, y'all. The 10 virtues of the mystery system, but these are the 10 virtues of a black revolutionary. Be in the house. We got a double episode tomorrow. This is the General Sarasu. I know the DVD. I said I'm on it. Not more than a week from the day. Not more from a week than the day. I already got them burnt up. I just got to go and print the DVD covers out and put them in there, and they'll be ready. And so I'm on it. I'm not gonna let you down. There's a lot of things that I'm doing, but that don't make no difference. I told y'all I was gonna have them, and I got them. I got all the old. They all burnt up. I done burnt up thousands of them. So I got that smoke. And these ain't the ones on the internet. That HD, the original one that was created by Sarah. So don't go get the bullshit. Go and get it from the general. Go and get that HD. Get that original disc created by the General Cyrus, and you can tell the difference. You understand what I'm saying? My shit come on, it come on professional bumping. You see what I'm saying? So you know mine. So when I get them, not more than a week from the day, I'm gonna have the DVD. Support the General. I love you. This is the General Cyrus Suicedi saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Power.